would like these meetings to be filmed and distributed publicly and viewable to the people of Los Santos, because we are in here behind closed doors representing them technically. All in favor?
Quick question.
I have a comment about it.
Why? What are you guys afraid of?
I was in favor of this, and I don't remember exactly who said it or who said no, but several people spoke up and said there were things we were going to discuss that probably weren't appropriate to be disseminated in terms of how we talk about the topics. Meaning,
that was me. Yeah.
I was also against it for that reason. I'm more than fine with releasing meeting minutes or whatever you want to call them. But yeah, I'm against it.
Despite everything and against all odds, we have located two brave individuals who are more than capable to handle the monotony and the doldrums and the other assorted undesirables of society. Before you stand the future dual wardens of Bolingbroke Penitentiary, Bobby Charles and Carmine Costello. Gentlemen?
Aye, folks.
Yes, folks.
I've been informed by the sitting mayor that the prison has been thrown to the wayside. Okay, two principles. That is God and rehabilitation. For too long has this city gone on with criminality and criminal activities. And with me at the head of Bolingbroke Penitentiary, along with my best friend Bobby, I promise you the disease will be cured, for we are the cure. For example, look to my right, Mr. K, a bona fide, verified former crook, soon to be exonerated. If I can fix him and turn him into a god, what can I do? You've chosen the right man for the job, and I appreciate you for that. Bolingbroke?
Okay.
Bolingbroke?
Didn't know we had a chance.
Bolingbroke!
Bolingbroke!
DOC!
I have a demonstration ready if you don't mind.
Please.
Of how we... Donkey! Bring the donkey in!
Oh, wait, is that the guy in the orange vest outside?
Yes. They're comfortable, folks.
Corner, go ahead and unlock the door.
I don't have keys, actually.
Oh, well, let me do it. Donkey!
You're in for a show, folks.
Thank you.
Hey,
Donkey!
jail time, inmate.
Let's go, prisoner. 42069. Let's
Bring the cameras in, too. Bring them on in.
Prisoner.
Inmate. 0700 inmate.
0700. 07.
Prisoner 426-9, step forward. Chow time's over.
Wait.
You guys fucking disgusting.
Make sure you're.
Inmate, what the hell did you just say to me, inmate?
Make sure you're yelling, guys. Oh my!
What the hell?
Hey, inmate,
You are fucking pigs. I hate all of you.
Inmate 436!
Holy fuck!
Oh my
Spine. Y'all time's
My
over.
spine.
No, it's no time for you, son.
With an
Okay, I can look at his feet. I can't do anything about the spine.
Hallelujah.
Hey, put him in solitary! Put him in solitary!
You're going in the hole, 426-9.
They got locked in the hole. We ain't seen him since 2019.
The plan is simple. Okay. The police department doesn't want to deal with Bolingbroke. I don't want to deal with Bolingbroke. Chief Justice doesn't want to deal with Bolingbroke. Willing to bet that most council members don't want to deal with Bolingbroke. People don't even want to be in Bolingbroke. Except for these two gentlemen. So I propose, and I believe the Chief Justice has probably drafted something up already. Let me take a quick little peek.
I have not, but I'll write something simply.
Chief Justice?
Yeah.
I would like to chip in when you write up that draft, since it will be us that handle it.
Oh, let me be very clear with you, Carmine. Given that this was partly born from my idea chamber, here's my caveat to all this. But yeah, it will be very simple.
So how you try moving the
legislation will
camera?
follow that you and Bobby Charles are empowered to run the DOC how you see fit. But past that, you ain't getting shit. You're not getting guns. You're not getting tasers. You're not getting armory. You're gonna be the Lord of the Flies.
You ever read that, Carmine?
Yes, I have.
Oh yeah,
And I have, I'll be the first to eat the weakest. You chose the right man, Chief
That's what I'm saying. But yeah, it will be very simple.
So how you
Simply,
tried
the
moving the
legislation will
camera?
follow that you and Bobby Charles are empowered to run the DOC how you see fit, and we are empowered to shake hand you whenever we see fit. So have fun.
Well, there's only one thing you guys.
There is one more caveat.
As wardens or whoever you're working with, if someone's time is up and they say, "I want to leave, my time is up," or some variation thereof, you have to let them go. That's it. That's all. That's the only rule.
Wages and oversight. Will it just be you? The council?
Yeah,
You two will get paid according to the ability to sign on as DOC. We'll see in the future about other people. That'll be the bare bones to start with, is you and Mr. Charles. In terms of oversight, yes, it'll be the council.
Chief Justice, with one fell swoop, you have saved this city from damnation. Hallelujah.
Here, here.
Yay!
Anybody against this grand idea?
Nope.
It's brilliant. It's amazing.
Right, fucking
All
count
right.
this shit, dude.
Well,
Fuck.
hearing no objections, that I guess passes unanimously. Congratulations, gentlemen. Before you leave, go ahead and come over here to me and give me your state IDs.
If you believe you are able to judge Mr. K free of conflict, be it because you were not involved in the original situation or whatever, or because, just perspective-wise, I encourage all of you to come. I think my wife is conflicted because she was...
I'm conflicted.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was his attorney, right?
Yeah, literally the definition of participating in the initial case. I can't do it.
So we got Malcolm, I believe, will be fine to sit in on that.
Yeah, I proposed that question to everybody as far as confliction because I
You're
wasn't
not
involved.
conflicted if you weren't involved in the case.
Mhm.
All right.
Let's do 8 p.m. Pacific on Tuesday. This Tuesday
Works for me.
Works for me. I should be free then. That's before.
It's fine by me.
I should get busy.
Also, anyone can be there. So if you guys are, if you believe you are able to judge Mr. K free of conflict. That's all. It's a bit complicated. TLDR, state has a vision for commissioner. That vision is not what we have been trying to establish. Commissioner will come later. Chief of police needs to come now. Boom.
Yeah, I'll just piggyback a little bit on what Max was saying, being previous to some of the conversation. Commissioner in the future will be more of a political role, something where a cop may ascend to a commissioner, but that cop will no longer be dealing with, let's say, day-to-day affairs, things like that. It'll be more of an oversight go-between, as Max was saying. So I'm in favor of amending the legislation. Is there any objection on the floor to me editing the legislation to simply change the nomenclature from Commissioner Chief of Police and or add Chief of Police to the line? Because we want to reserve the power of the state via Max to potentially install a commissioner using the investigative data he's gathered. They're just choosing not to do so this moment. So does anyone have a problem with us adding Chief of Police?
Nekoda looks like is attempting to raise his hand.
Yeah, no, I'll just start asking some of them. These are basically generic questions that were brought up.
Sure.
And I know as yourself and the Chief Justice were the architects of this, unless I'm misquoting anybody.
Nope.
Okay. So as far as hiring and firing within the PD, does the mayor's office hold the ability to outright fire and hire people from the PD?
As written, technically, yeah.
Once again, I will direct you to understand the language that is mentioned no less than like 10 times in that document that says, as an agent of the state. If you think that Max is going to be able to just haul off and do anything he wants and not have the state intervene, well, you're wrong.
Okay, that's fine. I would just like, a couple more questions then.
Please.
Does the mayor's office hold the right to have access to PD documents upon immediate request?
I would say
Depends on the document for me. Legally, he has access to documents that pertain to his purview. but there may be things that don't pertain to his purview that, you know, would require a subpoena or any other kind of inquisitive action to retain.
Can the mayor's office reserve the right to overturn decisions made by the PD command? Is that just state intervention again, Chief Justice?
I mean, Nekoda, I'm going to be frank with you.
Yep.
This is really redundant and, I don't know, silly.
That they're just they're not bold enough, basically.
No, they're not going as fast as the city was. It was like yeah.
Now, like I said, like shift 1 and 2, they're trending upwards. Could they use a little help? Maybe, but I think a chief or assistant chief will help get them on the right track. Shift 3, however, shift 3 is a different story altogether. In my opinion, shift 3 numbers are down so bad that it is a complete dumpster fire.
Yeah, but shift 3 is one of the best shifts.
It applies to shift 3 as well, but their issue is compounded by the fact that they have a third of the active officers of shift 2 and half of that of shift 1.
Oh, he's talking about numbers. Yeah, their numbers are bad. Numbers of shift 3 was
firing off they should not push people right out the door. You know, you're not wanting to throw the lowest quality meat you can on the street just because you need numbers. But I think they should actively reach out to other departments nationwide and perhaps see if there are any
you guys aren't
transfers
I didn't
interested in shift 3.
You don't understand.
That
I didn't
way
explain
they
what I
already
was.
have a lot of prior experience, and that could be like a one-time injection to bump up their numbers. But yeah, overall, their high command just needs to be a little more bold. Chief and assistant chief should help with that.
A lot to say, regardless whether they had DAB points or not. They had a lot to say on it. A lot of them feel that there's a lot of feelings around the punishment within the PD. A big thing is the lack of using DABs to teach, and them all being used rather as a punishment. A way in which I think this can be countered is if when an officer hits 10 DABs, their DABs are given over to the civilian oversight, Malton's group, to be reviewed independently. It established a presidency, to let them be reviewed independently, because right now the captains are judge, jury, and executioner. A lot feel uncomfortable about that. This would ease on them. It would allow them to step back, and for the officers to feel that they have a say in their punishment, because a lot of officers felt their DAB points weren't always, they could have done better if it was a conversation rather than just a straight DAB. As I said, some of them felt they'd been used maliciously against them.
Another big issue that was brought up to me, strike points, staff points, whatever you want to call it.
Go on.
They're a bunch of whiners. And I'm not going to leave this meeting with another friends. I'm sorry, Cornwood. But these DAP points, as far as I can tell, everybody who's whining about them, a bunch of fucking whiners. It seems like 99% of them are justified, and if not more. Listen, the only thing I can say in Cornwood's defense would be he does spend a lot of time in the city, and he does have a really good relationship with the civilians. And I really wish they would weaponize that, not in like a negative way, but I wish they would put him in some kind of role where he can interface with the community and build relationships so he doesn't feel like he has to rail against his commands.
In the case of Mr. Denzel and Cornwood, to a lesser degree, they were targeted. It's my belief that they were being targeted by the now suspended Captain Ruth. So their problem isn't necessarily with the system or with the points and getting the points and being like, oh my God, I got more points. It's more that they felt like they were walking on eggshells when other officers weren't. And they felt like it was hard for them to do their job as a result. I will say with confidence that from what I've heard from them and other officers, that I do feel like they were being unfairly targeted. There was an instance in which an off-duty Captain Ruth, as verified by logs of cars being taken from MRPD and an officer seeing her return, Captain Ruth in a CVPI with police equipment on her. And when they went back to MRPD to try to find out who was in that cop car, because she didn't show up on dispatch or on their GPS, they found that it was Ruth off duty following them. So their issue is more than just getting the points. It's that they were being targeted. That's all. It's more how the system was weaponized against them, not that the system itself is bad. I don't think it's bad either.
I would expect nothing less of you to have that perception of it, granted the fact you unfired Cornwood. But I think there's another way to view that situation. I didn't hear about that, but just from hearing it myself, why do you suspect nefarious motives immediately? Could she be surveilling them to see if she herself was wrong in watching their conduct? She was trying to exonerate them. How do you know her intentions? I didn't speak with her.
I know her intentions because it's against their protocol to go off duty and to take a cop car off duty and to carry a gun off duty to do all of these things. That it is most certainly nefarious because she wasn't even following protocol at all. She broke the rules for herself.
Don't they make their own protocols, the captains?
The protocol is written by them, and she didn't follow it.
To be fair, I've said this before.
Are the rules for them? Or are they for everybody?
To be fair, I said this before. There is a world where what Ruth did is justified.
We don't, because I'm right. Please continue, Mr.
Because if we were doing something actually bad, it would have been justified. I actually have said that. Speak up. I'm not in the meeting.
Also, I did make the changes to the legislation. I'll read it out really quick so we have everyone's consent, because I did say it was unanimous. I've added a line in the bullet points of the powers the mayor's office reserved, which reads: initiation of chief of police and assistant chief of police selection. Mayor or deputy mayor will collect names submitted by the LSP in order to submit them to the state, same as the commissioner.
Before you continue, I spoke with Malton about this, and he did touch on it in his speech. I think that the chief of police should be able to pick their assistant.
Oh, okay. Well,
Beric Johnson and Ruby York came up the most for high command positions, with a Jeffrey Bones coming up second most. Training and retention were the most frequently cited issues, with the downstream effects from the chain of command or lack thereof as the most frequently cited issue for many roadblocks aspiring officers face. Lack of delegation, the fleshing out of command. These are just very brief clip notes. We're going to pass these the interviews and stuff along to Malton as well. Because I was given a choice. I brought forth two names, two exceptional police officers who possess such a keen understanding of the streets and of their brothers and sisters in the LSPD that it was almost impossible for me to make my choice. And in fact, it was probably one of the hardest decisions I've made in a long time. The person that I chose after being told by the state that, look, these two people are great, make your pick, is Mr. Beric Johnson.
Let's go, Beric! Congratulations, Beric! Let's go, Beric! Hell yeah!
It's beesh.
I am pleased to announce that I have been working closely with the manufacturers and suppliers at ammunition. There were some supply chain interruptions due to robberies that were occurring down at the docks. Some of their, I guess, cargo crates were broken into and supplies were stolen. They have found an alternate shipping route with more secure containers, and we are now restoring service. So I'm pleased to announce that as of Monday, in the sort of NA time zone, we will start rolling out civilian weapons. The rough idea right now is to charge $25,000 for the license, people at ammunition to purchase one firearm per week. It will be registered to them. This is to stop, bad faith proliferation. But everything should be moving forward well. And I am under the impression also that these firearms will have some modifications made to them. So they may be a little more fancy than what we're used to.
Do we still care about the specifics in terms of the licenses, or is it just for everybody?
Civilian weapons licenses have always had pretty similar policy from the DOJ. You may not have a felony. Mm-hmm. Besides that, it is up to the discretion of the issuing judge or clerk. Typically, questions we ask are things like basic self-defense scenarios,
stand your ground,
why the person wants the license, what their motivation is, etc. For many people, it is one of the first things they try to get when they come into the city.
So dumb.
So it is something we take an opportunity to create them an MDT profile, get a picture of them, a headshot goes along with getting the license. That way, police have someone to identify if the gun goes missing.
Oh, I remembered something. Group 6 worker came to me and suggested maybe a discount on a firearms license for people who are clean and working that job. I suggested maybe a 20% discount on the actual license. Thoughts?
How do I know who's who?
They have a badge that it has their name on it, and you can double check with like an ID, and then whatever you need to do to verify their identity.
Okay, I'll go through that with the clerks. I don't have an issue with that. So basically, to continue with the answer to Michael's question, there may be times when I don't issue someone a license, but I ask them to come back in a week or so. Often that's if they're fresh off the plane into the city, and they very clearly walked up and tried to get a gun license the first second they're here. Or, for example, another common scenario that Siobhan may have dealt with in the past is someone will come in a little beleaguered and, fresh around the ears, and then there'll be a gang member with them in a balaclava, basically urging them to get a gun license and telling them what to say. So many times in that case, we will deny the license for obvious reasons. But yes, if you are a civilian, you can understand and explain the stand your ground concept in your own words, and you can justify to the clerk and or judge that you are a reasonable person, then we have no issue issuing the licenses.
Well, what's the cost going to be, Crane?
$25,000.
Good.
The ammunition folks have worked with me and been very gracious about it, but I don't, no clue.
How much is ammo right now?
$2,000 for, I think it's like
30
16
bullets. No, 30 bullets.
Is it 30? Okay.
Yeah.
30 bullets for $2,000.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I mean, this is all, and we've also, as I said, established a limitation where you can only buy one gun a week. The reason is that obviously if, as we discovered in our beta testing program, thank you, Mr. Deputy Mayor, previously you could just go in and buy as many as you wanted, which creates a problem because then there's no incentive as a clean civilian to not just proliferate your firearms to everyone.
I'm around pretty frequently. Would it be all right if the mayor and the deputy mayor had the ability to issue these licenses, and chief of staff too? I mean, my wife has a lot of experience handing out licenses in the past.
The DOJ handles all licenses. Well, that includes businesses, that includes guns, everything.
I don't even get to issue a business license?
No, the business licenses are referred to the DOJ for issuance because, as I directed to you in one of our very first meetings, there are several checks that I have to go through after your approval process with the state. So I just want to let you know real quick. Hunting is apparently become much more lucrative, according to the information my head of the clerks over there, Miss Mushkin Domino, has gathered. Apparently, people are receiving $950 per animal pelt per deer right now. Rough load around a full hunting trip is about 12 deer. So there has been a proliferation of hunting activity. As such, the DOJ will be raising the cost of the hunting license from $1,000 to $3,500. I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of understand it. I just want to make sure I'm clear. So VDM is about ensuring that people who are driving vehicles for state-owned businesses and government employees like cops and EMS, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Are driving roadworthy vehicles, and as such, a cop has the ability to spot check the internals of the car based on the exterior appearance.
Yes.
And if the internals of the car are below a dangerous, non-working level, then the person can be advised to fix the vehicle or receive a fine within a certain amount of time.
Correct. This is evidence.
Okay, yeah, I don't get any issue. I can put it in. Anybody got a problem?
And if we feel like it down the road, we can extend this out to be all vehicles and not just work vehicles.
To pay for your engine repairs. But as you can see, almost everyone in this room had enough money to replace an engine in that motor pool. So tell me why we were the ones to give you money when you could have easily banded together in order to accomplish this goal yourselves.
Those aren't our vehicles.
I don't care. They are your vehicles. They're everyone here's vehicles. How is it that you guys aren't able to cooperate?
Well, then let me do foot patrol.
Chief, what do you think?
If the answer is no, then my answer is no.
We just need to look into
I was
it some more.
specifically told no. I asked, to be clear. I asked and was told no. Therefore, no.
Okay. I mean, you're driving those cars. You are in some part responsible for paying for the repairs.
Okay, if I'm getting slammed into by 3 people during a pursuit, that's on me?
It's on all of you. You're supposed to be working together.
Is the assistant chief?
Actually responsible.
Well, right now it's Casper the fucking ghost.
Yeah, that's a problem. And look, there's an easy solution here, and that's the punishments for people who aren't paying their fair way if they're going to use the motor pool cars. Look, I'm not the chief. This is something your chief would I'm sure would be glad to solve.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. There's nothing we can't
spend the
tackle.
money. We don't owe him a thing, brother.
You are fucking pigs. I hate all of you.
Holy fuck!
Oh my God.